So welcome everybody to this wonderful time of sitting with the mind, which sometimes I know has not felt so wonderful. Thoughts, feelings, experience, behavior. And hello, Anne Marie saying hello in the chat. Can we get a list of the pre-music? Yes. I know, some of my favorites. So we have step one. Step one in the work. Just allowing the thoughts actually to be present, to bring themselves. We're already so aware of them. Our perceptions, the weather that moves, and here we are, very interested in not suffering. At least that's what brought me to the work, not suffering. Getting a little clue that there might be another way. Not sure about that, but wondering, can it really be true that if I question my thinking, or that there's something about these thoughts that are preventing peace? And I keep finding that over and over again. Yeah. So thinking is so full and big. So just letting all that seeing and thinking be there. Step one, really. Welcome. Welcome to everybody that's coming. Welcome, like all the thoughts that come in. And just notice you're already actually welcomed. You didn't have to do anything. Even if something in you is saying, I don't like it. Well, you're here. Here you are. And this is what's happened. Memories, awareness, thinking, feelings. Notice it's actually all welcome. So, step one is being willing to have it be there without the speedy, quick attempt to change it. Looking at all those details or the repetition the mind is saying about what is. And even at this particular place in time, aware, allowing, noticing, using these words to bring this into a sensation, really, being, but watching. So whatever it is that is disturbing you, really troubling you, here's what I don't like. This is what's bothering me. I'm just seeing it can be a lot. Don't get me started, says the mind. They're making noise about all that from the past or from just yesterday, our distant past, 5 minutes ago, anticipating what's coming, thoughts about ourselves in relationship to the world. I like seeing, might only be one thing. If we narrow it down and take it through the work, just one element of being here. Watching, what do I find unwelcome? What do I wish wasn't happening or wouldn't happen? See what comes, just letting it be there since it is. What do I oppose? Now, Katie says, argue with reality. We're arguing with reality. And that's not a bad thing. We're not wrong to do that. Mind does that, doesn't it? So let's see, where is my argument? What's happening there? What have I noticed in my world? Or it feels personal. Okay to be noticing that. Powerful. So just see today, if you had, I know maybe sometimes it comes in a whole big blast of thoughts. Let's see if there's something that comes up to the surface that feels like, oh, that's really disturbing. I don't like it. That bothers me. If that would just change, that condition, that person, that behavior, that feeling. Let's see what it is. If you just allow it to come. Might be already talking. Love how the mind is always talking, or it seems like it is. There's a lot to say, lots of details, trying to work it out. So if there was a simple way to say it, you can write it down too, or not. Just notice there's a simple way to say and share your concept. I'm upset because, and just see how the words are formed together, make a sentence, a concept, an idea. What are you afraid of? Where do you feel powerless? Where does it feel like suffering comes in? And you can share it in the chat if you like. And you can also take yourself off mute and just put it out into the circle here. So Anne is sharing, they shouldn't take so much of my energy. Yeah. Yeah. A good one. You see them, you see you. The pulling. In year of inquiry, we're working on money, looking at money. I need more money. This isn't going to work. This country is no longer safe for me. Yeah, good one.
Grace?
Yes.
I have one. Hi. For me, it's like he thinks my inner work is woo, and that makes me feel useless.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that hurts.
what I love about that one and identifying is you see how it's like paired so quickly with thoughts about myself. I feel useless. This person says, your inner work is a bunch of woo-woo. And I feel useless. It's like immediate, it's right there. It's like almost sewn together. Ugh. Yeah, what they think of me, what they think of me. And it's okay. Like a lot of us have strategies for, well, I'm worried too much about what they think of me and I'll just stop doing that, or I should just buck up and not have those thoughts. Or like, quick, think of the turnarounds. Race to the turnarounds. I used to joke sometimes, I'd be driving in my car and there goes the mind, you're quiet in your car, driving by yourself. And I hear my thinking a little louder in that kind of space. And I hear it and I'd be like, oh, turn that around, quick, immediate turnaround. No 4 questions, no looking. It's just like scared of the thought. Just or depressing thought. So that's a good direction to go. Look at that and those other people, that country that isn't safe, those people that take energy, that person that's thinking our work is woo-woo, not important or something. And there they are thinking what they think. So that's a helpful place to look. Let's see what happens here, since that's what's appeared. I like that it was said, that's not safe. It's uncomfortable. Kathy sharing, I feel exhausted and hopeless in my battle to accept my body while losing and gaining so much weight. Oh, so good. I mean, helpful. Yeah. And welcome to those who have experienced compulsion, food and eating. My thing too, it seems. That's how it appeared. And it's okay. It appears in so many forms. I'm in a battle here. I'm doing something. So this is a helpful one to see. I should accept my body. This is a battlefield, accepting the body. So you might even have that about those people that are sucking your energy, or that country that isn't safe, or the one who's criticizing. That's one idea the mind comes up with. I should just accept. I should accept that they're there. There they are doing what they're doing. I should just accept them. I should accept that. I should accept that body. I should accept, and I don't. I'm really honest here. I'm not accepting it. Let's go with that. Let's look. Like, all those dictates that the mind comes up with. I know it's more thought in a way, but it's like grabbing, trying to find, how do I work with this? Like, just going to work for us, the mind. I get some answers. I know, so I should accept it. So everybody find something that you think you should accept. There it is. You feel opposed to it. You don't like it. And you should accept it. Some part of you is saying that. Teresa, I should accept that I'm going to get the virus. Yeah, Wanda, I'm paralyzed to make a decision to let my grown child move back home or not. Both decisions are awful. What's the right one? Yeah, that's really good too. I'm stuck and neither one is acceptable. I should find an acceptable choice and I can't. That's good. Need to make a decision. So I should accept this. And you let that fit, however, Wanda, I should find an acceptable decision, or I should accept my kid is in this position. So everyone finds something that you can't accept. Oh, good one. Sue, I should accept my painful knees. So it doesn't have to be a person. It can be a condition, a situation, something that's happened, the body, that state. And I should accept that he is gone. Linda, I should just accept, I will just be by myself the rest of my life. Oh, yeah, I should accept this aloneness. Okay. So let's do the work. Let's do the work and participate if it's helpful for you. And it's okay too if you just let it just wash through you. No have to. And sometimes can feel really alive to like be putting it in the chat or bringing yourself off mute and answering the questions and just seeing and letting the collective group be in the work. You feel it all and see your image. Ludo, I should accept that no call is going to arrive. Yeah, should accept this silence, the absence of a callback. It's a good one. I should accept the way my husband looks. Should accept that. Should just stop having that thought. That's opposed. Okay, you can kind of see how it's lined up with something that you don't accept. I don't like it and I should like it. I don't accept it and I should accept it. Okay, so seeing that or feeling that feeling, if it's pain, is it true? Is that the truth? You should accept that. I love with this work, find your own answer. Even if it feels like when I was first asked, is it true? For a while, it'd be like, I don't know. That's the problem. No idea. I don't know. And, only your own answers will do. So Linda, yep, I should accept it. I'm just a cat lady now. Oh yeah, aging, that's a good one. Should accept it. Is it true? I should accept that. That's what's underway. That's how that person is. That's what's happening. And you know what you mean when you say accept. So I should feel other than I feel about this. Is it true? You absolutely know. Yeah, noticing the body. Can't do all I used to do, limitations. And the person who shared this body, to accept this body. Is it true? And I absolutely know. And I do love noticing some part of me doesn't. And Kathy, it does feel true. Besides, quote unquote, acceptance is the answer to all my problems, so they say. Wanda, I should accept that telling him no will hurt us both, and telling him yes will hurt us both. That's really powerful. Yeah. I should accept my unacceptance. It's a good one. I notice that I know that. I love when there's reference. It doesn't mean it's wrong to those things about, acceptance is the answer. I mean, just seeing, you might not even be sure what acceptance is. Sue, the double negative, accepting my unaccepting thought is uncomfortable. And Linda, just like you said, a no came from somewhere and without words in the form of tears. Yeah. And from Katie, I love the sharing, just noticing that an I don't know, I can't absolutely know. I shouldn't accept what I don't accept, or that it looks like there's no good choice here, or something just isn't working. If I don't put any meaning on saying my answer is a yes or is a no, just being with it. And noticing what happens. What happens when you think the thought, I should accept this. You've got your, what you're looking at. I should accept it. When you think it, when you tell yourself you should accept it, what else do you see? What comes? What's there? You might notice there you are, something in your mind says you should accept it, and you didn't accept it. So you might notice, oh, there's something wrong with me. Gosh, I've been doing the work. I'm not getting any more peace on this situation. Why don't I get it? I want to make myself be more accepting. You feel it in the body. What happens? I should accept this. Do you read it when you think the thought? Kathy, what else comes is the truth that I don't accept it. And that thought feels lighter and more true and freeing. Isn't that interesting? Yeah. And past images of my mom not accepting my body or my sensitivity or me as I am, and she should have if she were a good mom. Katrina, how do I react? I accept my resistance. So you should accept, da, 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 da. You've got it, the image, the picture, the place you find that. I should accept this. This is the way it is. This is what happened. How do you react when you think it? Teresa, I feel fear, powerless, alone. My jaw aches. I love noticing things in the jaw. Clench your teeth. My stomach feels empty and black. I feel a strong pull to search for something. Anything outside myself that will save me. Yeah, if you should be accepting of your situation, I notice that too. Might go scampering around. Google. Maybe I'll get a book. I resist. I resist my unacceptance. That's how I react. From Sue and Elaine. I feel mean, judgmental, shallow. Ludo, I feel pretty much like Teresa. Can relate. Linda, I don't ask the owner if the dry cleaner's out, even though we've been flirting for months. Oh, that's so good to see. Yeah, should accept I'll just be alone for the rest of my life. Oh, wait. There is somebody interesting over there, but it doesn't fit into the picture. Yeah. Wanda, I should accept that my son should be healthy, wealthy, and wise. I don't want to do this painful work about my grown son. Yeah. Which is okay to feel the heartbreak, like, wow, this thing that I hoped for or expected or saw maybe in the past didn't happen. Not there. And Jen, I shame myself. I'm judgy toward myself. Everything feels strict. Interesting. Choice of words, strict, tight. I should accept this. I don't follow the simple instructions. It's great. Yeah. Like something appears about the path, but I don't do it. Ludo, I feel the need to talk about the situation with lots of people. I like that one. To find an outlet to my pain. Yeah. I should be accepting of this. Okay, what do you think? You have a little compassion for yourself doing that. It's okay, but good to notice. Kim, I feel defeated, powerless, confused, on edge, anxious. Ludo, I want to escape somewhere. Diane, oh, that's a good one. I want to escape somewhere though. I noticed My mind goes like, I'm just going to quit. I'm going to quit this relationship, quit this place. I'm going to move, get out of here, escape, run, separate, stop trying, like whatever that looks like. Diane, my blood pressure rises and I rage. Good to see. When I hear that, you should accept this. Ah, Wanda, I'm ashamed that I may be ashamed of my son and parenting. Oh, yeah. So I should accept that. That person, that behavior, that body, that condition. And the dream, I like seeing that, oh, this acceptance. I'd be like walking through the door of acceptance. I might feel peaceful over there if I do that. I've heard about that and I can't find it, but I'd like to just be peaceful about this, and I'm not. Donna, I feel a soft contraction in my gut, sadness, powerless. Okay. Noticing, how you treat the thing that you're aware of, that you're looking at, what the energy's like between you and it, and despair or rage. Wanting to just leave it. Even your own mind. Attack my own mind for thinking. Share. I should focus on my blessings and many areas of ease rather than on what I want but don't actually need. Yeah. It's like these things that are occurring to me that I want, I shouldn't. I just don't even want them to be there. And Elaine, I'm mad at him. Why can't he just change? And maybe the country too. Yeah. Okay. Stressful. I mean, just noticing. Noticing even that if you're like me, it's like the sound of it sounds like acceptance, like it says it might look more relaxed over there with acceptance. But if I don't feel accepting and I'm saying I should, oof, yikes. So try maybe dropping somehow. Say below or wider, I don't know. But just looking at it that way, acceptance might be a lovely quality, but who would you be without the thought it's required with this person or situation, condition, in the way you think, the way you see, you should accept in that other way. I mean, who would you be without the story of acceptance and what your mind should be doing? Just feel, who would you be as you think about that thing that it feels like is unacceptable? Just letting it be unacceptable without the thought I should accept it. Would you be without the story? love the story. The way the mind is once upon a time, and then this happened, and then that happened, and then this, and the details. And what if I just didn't have that? Being honest, free, available to myself without the thought. And Elaine, I'd notice that I can still be kind to myself and him. Just good to notice, like kindness comes alive. Even without the thought I should be kind, it might disappear. I'm not, okay to watch, see, notice. I'd just be sitting here in my chair, breathing and peaceful. I love that holding right now. Isn't that just sometimes that's a wonderful place to begin, just right now, without the thought, I should accept this thing that I see that seems unacceptable. That body, that person, those people, that condition, my own mind.
Grace.
Yes.
Without the story, I noticed that I kind of detach and start listening to myself and to the other. And in that moment, I realized that the word acceptance in my mind, it has this feeling of bulldozing, not really of accepting it. There's this bulldozing thing. And so it helps me see it and understand it. It's as if I had to submit to the idea of the other. And that's why all these very strong feelings come up. And so without that, I can actually feel it and be with it and understand me and the other.
Wow. Sweet. Isn't that nice? It's like, yeah, this understanding is kind of more, I'm more drawn to that. Thank you.
Thank you. Grace, can I share what's coming up for me?
Yeah, please. Good.
So when we are talking about that I should accept my body, I should accept that I'm powerless over food, there was such a lightness to me, and I found tears coming.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you asked, is it true? And I said, it feels true. Besides acceptance is the answer to all my problems. The atmosphere changed for me to be very disconnected and almost like prickly and not peaceful. And when I went back to the replaying, I should accept those things, and that the truth is I don't. And then when you said, who would I be without that? What I thought was I wouldn't be myself. Like, and even that felt very like accepting.
Wow. Yeah. What is so wonderful about that, and I don't know if this makes sense, but it's like this thing that I think is myself. I'm not even sure exactly what that is. Yes, that I'm supposed to be accepting. And it's like noticing I haven't been accepting, and that's okay. Just totally okay. Yeah. Like, yeah, I don't accept. It's sometimes, isn't it funny? I will think like, if I accept that, it'll be resignation. terrible. It'll be with the thought I should accept it. If I don't, bad news, bad news, bad news. And it's just, I hear that in what you're saying. Without the thought I should accept, it might not be bad news. It's like it's just there. Something can relax. Without the thought I'm doing it wrong. And share. I feel energy rising, naughty playfulness to explore. That's, yeah. To explore, finding what I want. It's fun, the word naughty. Doesn't it bring in like a child parent kind of a thing might be happening in there when you're telling yourself you should be accepting? Like, no, freedom. And Wanda, detached. I feel detached. And sometimes that can be quite a relief, like just rested over here, not so attached. Doesn't mean I'm not underway in this thing with somebody called a son who I'm concerned about. And Sue, I see that I don't have to do anything. Yeah. Donna, self-compassion. Who would I be without the thought? Self-compassion. I'd allow mourning the loss of my youth. Yeah. If I'm looking at aging and the body being as it is, I'd allow mourning. I think the Buddhists say, life is suffering for that. Like, there it is. But we're not like, oh, life is suffering. It's so sad. It's terrible. It shouldn't be that way. It's more like, oh, that's okay. Yeah. Youth and then not youth, which will eventually and naturally lead to genuine acceptance, allowing the mourning. Elaine, self-love without the thought. Wow. Isn't that just, it's so sweet to not have to accept something that you don't. And Ludo, I'd feel free to say no. Freedom. Freedom. Who would I be without my story? Jan, I'm open, loving, tender, and kind to myself. I feel closer to my inner child. I give her permission to not be ready to accept this. Oh. Isn't that sweet? Yeah, if you had the most wise, compassionate, kind advisor, I like to call that the compassionate advisor. You had the most wise voice in there too. Wouldn't that be nice to hang out with? Which we do. And Anne, peace, expansiveness, quiet mind. Things are as they are, and it's somehow more okay. Even those things that aren't okay. Well said. Yeah. Noticing suffering, and we're just relaxing with unnecessary suffering. Like it's all right. It's all right. It's all right to be. It's all right to have a mind. that's thinking. It's all right to notice that it's interested in details and acceptance and lack of acceptance. And of course, it's wondering what's going to happen next. Likes to try to predict things. Little safety machine, the mind. And without thought, just wondering, imagining, just feeling. If nothing's required here, you don't have to accept anything. So let's turn it around, that thing that you should accept. You can, I mean, I love noticing who's the I we're talking about here. It's like, even that's, I'm not even sure. I should accept, but without getting too confusing, just, I shouldn't accept it if I don't. Maybe just go very simple, opposite, simple opposite. I shouldn't accept it. How could that be just as true? Yeah, and because I don't. I like noticing, often it's the mind doesn't, thought patterns don't, and it's okay. Life itself seems to be accepting. I love noticing, are you your thoughts? Are you your thoughts? Because they do come and go. And the content of them comes and goes, right? You're thinking about this, and then you're looking at the calendar, and then you're, oh yeah, I got to do that next. And I wonder about this. It's just changing all the time. And are you your thoughts? Or your shoulds or your shouldn'ts? In the moment a thought's coming through, you should accept this. When you don't. But then I like noticing a little bit later, you forgot about the thing you're supposed to be accepting or not. Like, you weren't remembering that you don't like the country, it's not safe, or that person and what they said. But you're still there. You are still there. It seems. Consciousness, awareness. And noticing life lets you be here with the body that you've got, with the pain. Yeah, share.
Hi, I'm exploring this morning the idea of I should accept that I'm without a partner during the pandemic. And so when we did the turnaround just now of I shouldn't accept not having a partner, yeah, there was some, I don't even have a word for it, but it was like, oh, yes, So I told myself, it's part of being human to want and even to need connection. So there was something in that around stopping myself from that expression we say, shooting all over ourselves. That I shouldn't feel badly that that's something that I want.
Yeah, right. Here, wanting appears,
Yeah,
Yeah,
just sitting with that.
yeah, yeah. Like, huh, wow. So sweet, really. It's kind. It's more like the way reality is. It's like letting you want whatever you want. And I find if it's really okay to want, like, or want not to accept something, might be really curious about what's going on. Like some of you have mentioned all that, bodies and weight. And it's like, wow, if I really look at this binge eating activity, that thing that I would do, I'm curious instead of filled with hate towards myself, totally unacceptable, shame, all that happened. I'm like, wow, look at that. Huh. Look at her go without such condemnation on it. I mean, I noticed doesn't mean I have to just great. I hope I keep doing this for the rest of my life. That was sort of absurd. There might be a balance or a way of it, like Cher just mentioned, in the wanting it, that is just interested in, like, oh, I love connection. I love contact. I like that. I like partnering. It's okay to want that. Okay if it's not here in the moment, and okay to be interested, curious about it. And that's a nice one for noticing. I am accepting. I'm accepting and not accepting. Like, it's okay. It's weird, the whole way life is. It's like, it seems like there's a timeline, there's the beginning of an idea, and then there's I think I'll go to the store. Now I'm walking to the store. Now I'm at the store collecting my groceries or my items that I need for the house. And now I'm checking out, and now I'm walking home with the bags, and now I'm putting things away. There's a flow or a wave or a timeline, just beginning, middle, and end. And so something's underway, and it's okay wherever we are in the moment, and things are constantly moving. So it's okay. There's accepting and not accepting happening. No should. Whatever is all right. How could that be true? It's like seeing, how could that be true? How interesting. In the place that I'm in with this thing that I find unacceptable, how is it okay that person or condition or body or whatever's going on over there is the way it is? Isn't it my heart's desire to love everything, or maybe the truth of who I am. Feel the safety or acceptance of the moment of unaccepting. And I look back and think about, speaking of like addiction, compulsiveness. Wasn't it my heart's desire to find peace, to see the peace there? Yeah, it just, Katie has this great question. If this was the path to God, if you use the word God, if this was the path to peace, would you take that away? God came down and said, you know what, I'll remove this from your life. You won't have this condition that seems so unacceptable. I heard your prayer. It's over. And you will never, ever be aware or learn or open to who you are, who you can be, or what was there. You'd say, oh, never mind. At least. All right, still underway. It's okay. And it's okay. Kathy, I noticed there is a person in me who is okay with the journey and the process. Yeah, who is okay with accepting and not accepting. And it feels nice. Yeah. We made it so far, even with everything that's ever happened, or these bodies, or the pain, or the people, or the condition, or the lack of people, or those people commenting and saying the things that they say. So far, still here. We might be more able to work with it than we think. You might be more accepting than you think. So I like to turn around my thoughts about this. Should be more accepting. Be more accepting of the lack of acceptance. Just being kind to myself instead of dictating to myself, or if that fits. Like Kim, if my uncertainty is the pathway to peace, I'll keep it. Yeah. Though it feels like a long pathway and I want to sprint to the end. Yes. I like the feeling of trust. Life has got this. You don't have to figure it out. What if I don't need to figure it out? Yeah, and I should be more accepting of myself, of me. I shouldn't accept my thinking. I shouldn't accept anything when I don't accept it. Great that I don't accept it. It helps me, it opens up a door to seeing something, to exploring, to wondering about that. And life should accept me. My life should accept me. And it does. It's accepting everything about me, isn't it? Here we are. And just the notion of that we've heard it so many times all over the place from different teachers and philosophers and all of that is just what's our true nature. Like sometimes it seems like, oh, I don't know, my true nature isn't acceptance or whatever. It's just a big wondering, but without the mind, like thinking about it, just being, noticing the contents change. And notice I'm not my thinking. I'm not my feelings, because those come and go. I'm still here, even though I go to sleep sometimes. The mind isn't even aware. It's like totally shut down. And when you said, and it does, life accepting you, my eyes pricked with tears. How beautiful is that? Being in touch with that. It's okay. It's okay. You are accepted. Nothing is required from you. Acceptance. See, I should accept. Acceptance is me. Should me is me already. But it's all right. Whatever the mind is doing is totally okay. Anyone want to share anything that you've noticed? And just let yourself be. If you lived the turnaround, I love that. Finding this, doing this work, and then feeling into the living turnaround. Like it's okay, it's okay, it's okay. To not accept even. It has to be okay. Because there it is, not accepting. It comes. And then accepting comes. But anything you want to share that you notice, and you just live it. Practice the living turnaround. Really, nothing is required.
One thing that came to mind is that whenever I was always afraid to hear this, like my inner work is woo-woo. I couldn't accept it. And now I feel like I'm willing to hear it. I'm willing to hear people saying that my work is woo-woo. It's like, it feels more like a challenge, like an adventure, self-discovery than this fear, like, no, don't say it, because I can't handle it.
Oh, yes. Kind of like the turnaround. Whoa, my work is woo-woo.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure is.
Because at the beginning, I thought I was woo-woo. That was the issue. When the work became it was like, okay, so I'm not woo-woo, so okay, I can survive that.
Oh, nice. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I love that. And Wanda, my son wants to be healthy, wealthy, and wise and doesn't need me to help. Wow. Yeah. Yeah. Isn't that fabulous to recognize? We want the same thing. We want the same thing. And we don't know. It's okay to not know what to do. I don't know. I don't know. The safety of the I don't know mind. I don't know. Loving can be here. Loving can be here without knowing what to do. Or even if there is nothing to do. And the body is just getting old. Yeah. Very sweet, everyone. Lovely. Lovely to be with you and your awesome work. So thank you. And enjoy yourselves living in that turnaround, however it comes for you. Nothing's required. That's my favorite turnarounds that appeared at some point. And it just like nothing is required. Nothing is required. Wow, what does that look like? What does it feel like? Let's just be with this. And it doesn't mean nothing will ever happen. A lot can happen without anything being required. You will go to the bathroom and you will get a glass of water. Yeah. Wanda, thank you. It's okay to not know what to do. No decision needs to be made now. Woo! Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. No urgency. Urgency. No urgency. Yeah. Thank you, everybody. Breathing still happens. Good one. When nothing is required. So does digestion. Yes. So does sleeping.
Thank you, Grace.
Oh my gosh, you're so welcome.
So
Thank you,
precious.
Grace.
Yeah. Thank
Thanks,
you.
everyone.
Thank you, all of you. So good to see your
Thanks.
work. Yeah. Lots of love. Lots of love.
Happy New Year.
Thank you.
Happy New Year. Happy
Bye.
New Day. Happy new moment.
Happy new
new
everything.
moment. Lots of
Thank
love.
you.